Schools Rugby League.
Hello and welcome to the second week of Dialog Schools Rugby League. Senanayake College hosting Trinity College here at the Havelock Park, and it is going to be a cracker-lacking affair. Senanayake in their second consecutive season in the top division, taking on Trinity College. This is going to be a game to wait for. On the way here, the forecast wasn't great because there is heavy showers expected later on today, but we really do hope that it's going to stay away from Havelock Park. Joining me in the comm box is Abdullah. Abdullah, very warm welcome to you to the comm box.
Yes, thanks, Sudarshana. Yes, we're in for a really interesting game today.
Trinity College lineup, one change. Manush Silva comes in for Ravin Alexander, Yasiru Aryavansa and Dilshad Thomas making up the front row for Trinity. Mernu Vijay and Akash Fernando. The two locks. Hamza Abdeen comes in. Nisit Kumar Singh and Bhuvanika Disanayake making up the back three for Trinity. Notisanga Disanayake starting here, so that will be some interesting change for Trinity. For the back, Sudan Vijay Kon pairing up with Shan Altaf, Udisha Ratnayake and Murad Raisan, the two wingers, Usman Safras and Anhas Koditwaku, the skipper in the center combination with Yavan Holangamu at the back for Trinity. Replacement Satish Kumar, Watakoda Tevinla, Chaturanga, Ilangaratna, Vijayaratna, Nimnet, Vanasingha, Yadhige and Vijay Siri making up Trinity's 25 for the day.
Next up is the Senanayake outfit. The forwards, Patung Piris, Praveen Lakmal and Omika Lison will make up the front row. Lakesh Vikramasinghe, Thimat Jit Nulla will be the second rows, and the third row will comprise of Chamud Veerasinghe, Chamod Devmith and Thiven Pereira. The halves combination, Chamit Nilusha and Litung Veerasinghe. The backs will be Malit Samarakon, Shenanda Umaliage, the skipper, Tathira Pereira and Jaindu Vijay Ratna, and fullback will be Rasindu Bandara.
A minute's silence currently at the stadium in remembrance of the young life we lost, Shabir Ahmed, a rugby player from Trinity College who tragically passed away due to multiple organ failure due to an infection. Well, you may be gone, Shabir, but you are never forgotten in the Trinity family and also the widely rugby-loving public here at the Dialog Schools Rugby League. Well, a jersey being presented with the number 5, what Shabir would have worn by the skipper by the skipper of the Senanayake College to the skipper of Trinity College. Absolutely lovely gesture by the Dons, being applauded by everybody who's present here at the stadium. This is what it's all about, isn't it, Abdullah? The camaraderie and in difficult times, as a community, staying together and making sure that you help each other and you show that empathy. That's what rugby teaches you.
Absolutely, Sudarshan. It's very unfortunately it had to happen right at the start of the season as well. It was very touching to see all schools putting out posts and messages of condolences to the young lad, and it just shows what this game is all about. As you said, empathy is the correct word. Currently see both teams being introduced to the dignitaries. Just as we speak, Sudarshan, we can see some clouds hovering over Havelock Park. A slight drizzle has descended upon the ground. Let's hope it's just a passing cloud and the conditions remain dry, because both teams do fancy a run, isn't it? They like to run the ball, and if it does remain relatively dry, I'm sure we're going to be in for a very entertaining game.
Well, I do believe and a wet outfield and rainy weather might suit the hosts, the TS, who are arguably the biggest team, if not the second largest team in the competition. So they might fancy a match-up against rather smaller Trinity side on the other side. The match-up up front to try and win that collision in the middle as the two teams make their way to the middle. Trinity taking on the host team, Senanayake College, here at Havelock Park.
Yes, if the ball does get a bit wet, tactics are going to play an important role. From Trinity's point of view, Sean Altaf, their playmaker, will have a big role to play with his boot. Very astute kicker of the rugby ball, both out of the hand and off the tee as well. So he'll have a big role to play in today's game if conditions do get wet. But let's just hope that conditions remain as it is now, and we could witness a fast-paced, entertaining game.
How the kicking game will pan out will be very, very interesting. Gihan Yatavar, the man who's taking charge of the game, man in the middle with the whistle. Be interesting to see what these two teams will want to try and opt to do, because the rains and the skies have opened up. Here's Trinity College with ball. Will want to start off well. They chased well. They kicked well last week.
Okay.
Can they continue to do it this week? We'll have to wait and see. Sean Altaf puts the ball up high. Straight to Thivain Pereira, not collected cleanly. Lost forward by a Trinity player, says referee Yatavara.
Mark here.
So first scrum in favor of the Dons. Trinity will want to make sure that they try and put pressure on the opposition here. Here's Umagili again in the pocket. Awkward looking kick, but finds good distance. Finds Sean Altaf, who puts the ball up right underneath Umagili again inside the 22 meters. So he has the ability to kick it out in full. Doesn't do that. Some kicking going on and making sure they set the pace. Raizan charges down. Here's an opportunity for Vijay Ratna, but the ball bumps out. It's all indications on how this game will pan out to be, Abdullah. Both teams not shy of kicking.
Yes, probably both gauging each other, just not wanting to take the first initiative. It's just a bit of kicking to and fro, and eventually Umagilia putting it into touch. Playmaking roles of both respective playmakers of Trinity, that Sean Altaf and Umagilia, will be crucial to how their team goes out today, as Senanayake pinch one against the head.
A good, brilliant tackling from Trinity skipper Anuhas Koditoaku, and that's holding on. Lovely bit of tackling work from the other center. That was the number 12 Usman. Straight away coming in and tackling it up. Beautiful stuff from the Trinity skipper. Take a look at it. Vijay Ratna. They took a little more time, marked him well. Boom. Big clash from the Trinity skipper and the other one. He came onto the ball. First man to the ball had all the rights to it. No problem at all.
Yes, some good rush defense by Trinity. They did very well to reorganize themselves after losing the ball from the line out. Some good communication in terms of the defense. Rushing up, held their alignment, and managed to pin Senanayake to earn the penalty.
Straight away opting to go for points, Trinity College. Approximately about 46 meters with the angle. The kicker will have to be mindful of the time. Yavan Hulangamur. Referee Atavara telling him that time's up. Did have the direction, not the distance, and they collected it from the outside and scored an own try. So that's going to be a scrum in favor of Trinity. A little bit of a brain fade that time. Early jitters for the Dons.
Yeah, well, pretty poor decision making, you'd have to say. He's put his team under a lot of pressure now. An opportunity for Trinity to make amends for that mixed penalty kick. A 5-meter scrum. Right in center field virtually. So options for Trinity all round. See Altaf, Hulangamur, and the Trinity skipper on the right side, on the left side rather.
Here's Vijay Kohn fading in, breaks away from the back. That's the number 8 for Trinity, Senanayake. Trinity opted to go with their forwards, attacking the fringers. Good snaking and supporting from Trinity College. Now, couple of feet away from the try line. Going through the phases, and this time losing their feet, the support players. Referees have been very, very strict on this. We saw throughout the first week, throughout the 8 games of the first week, that they've been very strict on this, and referee Atavara being consistent.
Yeah, that's right, and it's something which teams will need to adapt to, because referees are going to be hard on that area of the game. It's important that the coaches pick up that cue and work hard on that during their training runs in between games. Trinity just missing out on an opportunity to draw first blood, and Senanayake, courtesy of that penalty, have driven play almost to the halfway mark.
Brilliant touch kick to get out of the red zone by Umagiliage, the skipper. That will give him a lot of confidence. Good line out from the Senanayake College. Trinity countering it initially. Umagiliage yet again puts the ball to Bolt, and this time seems like he lost his footing and has kicked the ball out on the full. Not ideal for the Senanayake because they were just getting some momentum. Abdullah, you need to try and hold on to any momentum that comes your way.
Yeah, that's right. But there was also good pressure applied by the Trinity open side, I believe. Just made Umagilia rush his kick a bit, and as a result put it full into touch. So Trinity with an opportunity this time at the line out. Cleanly collected.
Good collection by Trinity. Had some trouble with their line out. Here's Koritoaku puts the ball high up in the air as the skies open up. Here's Senanayake College losing the ball forward. Referee playing advantage to Trinity. Here's Vijay Kohn. Has empty space, finds Umagiliage, but Yavan Hulangamur is on the chase, putting the DS players under pressure. Trinity trying to counter as the skies really open up. Here at Havelock Park, there's going to be a lot more kicking. DS now holding on to the ball and kicks it out. Gets out of their red zone.
Just not sure that was the best option by the Trinity skipper to put it up in the air from that situation. Probably he wanted to go a bit deeper, didn't get the distance, the height was there. But now with the rains coming down, Sudarshana, change of tactics will come into play. I'm sure teams would have discussed plan
Short
B.
man line out for Trinity College. Now opts to go to number 4. No contest from the Senanayake College, sending it out. Here's Kodituaku puts the ball up high, rise on underneath it, but Vijay Ratna gets a hand. Raisan started off his run in front of the kicker, and referee Atavara spotting it straight away penalizes Trinity College. Trinity, if they are looking to kick and run, they need to make sure the runs are starting behind the kicker. That's going to be absolutely important, because with a player like Umagiliage, if you are going to give away too many penalties, they will eventually get the territorial advantage over you.
Yes, unforced error really by Trinity, giving the initiative away. But it looks like it's going to be a concerted tactic by Trinity, isn't it, Sudarshana? Anuhas Kodituaku looking to kick the ball from the second receiver position, especially from the line out.
Yes, DS managing to get the line out cleanly. Beautiful drive in the corner from the Dons. Now the ball is available at the back for DS, who up to go and attack the fringes, but good defensive work by the fringe defense of Trinity College, who've been disciplined around the fringers in the previous game. Will have to do a lot more work like that here. Thibain Pereira carries the ball for DS, but yet again the supporting player losing his balance coming in. Take a look at this. Thibain Pereira, no problem with him, but the number 3 loses his balance.
Yes, and what that does is it prevents a fair contest, isn't it? The Trinity player who is trying to poach the ball is prevented from having a fair crack at trying to retain the ball for his team. So as a result, penalty has been awarded for Trinity. So now referee Atavara has very clearly laid out how he's going to police.
Trinity this time opting to go to the back. Overthrown. And DS bouncing on that ball in dangerous space in their own half. Trinity. Now referee playing advantage in favor of the Dons, who opt to keep the ball close to their big men forwards. Now going out. Umagiliage to Vijay Ratna. Vijay Ratna muscles over 2 men still on the field. That time he didn't release the ball, but referee will come back to the earlier penalty.
Not rolling away.
2 penalties on offer for the Senanayake College. They will take the one closest to the post, and chances are they will opt to go for 3 points.
Yes, pretty clear how DS are going to approach this game, at least if the early exchanges are anything to go by. They are going to attack the fringes of the rucks as much as possible and test the Trinity defense. They do have a size advantage against the Trinity 8, so they are going to make maximum use of that. Trinity have been found wanting on a couple of occasions of not staying behind the hind foot, so they need to be a bit careful. Chance for DS Senanayake to go into the lead and draw first blood in this game. Magilia doesn't find the mark, so it'll be a 22-meter dropout. A missed opportunity for the Dons. Bit of good news here at Havelock Park.
Kenswood College versus the Pete Wrights. 5 points in L. Peters in the lead. Zahira 3, St. Joseph's 3 as Trinity kickoff from their 22 meters. Here's the fullback of the Senanayake College kicking the ball out in full. Unfolds really. Rasindu Bandara will not make his coach a happy man. Did not have any pressure at all, but opted to kick the ball out on full.
So Trinity once again opting for a shortened line out. That was definitely not straight. So another unforced error by Trinity. Just seemed to be far too much movement at the line out, isn't it, Sudarshana? That always causes a bit of confusion for the hooker. You've got to ensure that your communication, your codes are absolutely spot on if you are going to have so much movement. And
absolutely baffles me, Abdullah, because Trinity opted to go for number 4, won it without a problem. Then they opted to go for number 6, which they lost. And here again, trying to do a little too much, because DS Senanayake College are not putting a major effort to try and contest their line out. Here's the ball coming out to Vijay Ratna. Big man who can really carry the ball forward. Ruck form, says the referee. Trinity around the fringes, putting their man up. Good rush defense coming up. Committed stuff from Trinity College, really putting the pressure on TS, not letting them penetrate the green line. TS, on the other hand, have to be patient. Tiben Pereira, good carry by him, carrying the ball forward. Gets his Chargers to join the ranks. DS with a carry through their lock Lankesh Wickramasinghe. Now going to the shorter side of the field. Omagiliage in the pocket, puts the ball high up in the air. Sean Altaf at the back, completely misjudges it. Falls beautifully for Omagiliage. Show and go. This is going to be the opening score for the skipper of DS Senanayake College. Absolutely brilliant stuff from Omagiliage. Sean Altaf made hash of that collection. Came running to the ball, didn't get a hand, and Umagiliage says, "Thank you very much, my friend," and goes right underneath the post. 5 points to 0 with the conversion to come. What a brilliant start. Take a look at this. Umagiliage puts the ball high up, good high-hanging kick. Altaf came rushing in, completely misjudged it with the jump, and Umagiliage says, "Thank you very much." Had the support of his flyer of Litum Veerasinghe, who will be telling him, "You should have passed it to me, mate." But Umagiliage says, "Thank you very much. I did the hard work with that high on kick," and goes right underneath the post. Conversion's good as well. And the score will now stand at 7 points to 0 in favor of the host team.
Yes, Trinity will be particularly aggrieved with that phase of play, Sudarshana, because they did all the hard work in terms of thwarting whatever attack DS Senanayake tried to throw along the fringes, and that just forced Umagiliage to put that high ball. Unfortunately, Sean Altaf, who's generally pretty safe under the high ball, absolutely misread that, and as a result, DS Senanayake go up 7 points to 0.
It's a beautiful battle between these two kickers, Altaf and Umagiliage. But Umagiliage so far has been the victor out of that. TS opting to go to their forwards, trying to make the angle a little better for the skipper in the pocket. Here's Umagiliage inside the 22 meters. Puts the ball high up. And it's kicked out on the full, because the ball was passed from outside the 22 meters. Trinity College with a wonderful opportunity now to straight away reply with a score of their own inside the 22 meters of the opposition. Can they quickly turn around their line out woes? They opted to go for number 6 twice and completely made hash of it. This time around, they've opted to go for a 4-man line out. Again, absolute carnage there. No communication whatsoever. And DS Senanayake College come away with it. Here's Umagiliage putting ball to boot. and brings play close to the halfway mark.
Yes, on this occasion, Umugali was in his 22, so had all rights to get the ball out on the full. But just coming back to Trinity's line-out play, when things are not going as well at line-out time, I think the best is to just go back to basics, isn't it, Sudarshan? Go back to your full 8-man line-out, just try and hit the number 4, just try and settle things down a bit, but they seem to have shortened the line-out once again, 5-man line-out this time.
This time going to number 4, collects it cleanly, trying to set it up. Trinity doesn't manage to go too far and have been penalized. Akash Fernando pounds on that ball, holding on is the call from the referee. So mistake after mistake after mistake, really hampering Trinity's chances of getting some score. The Dons, on the other hand, brilliant pressure put on by them. Magiliage this time not managing to collect the ball, kick it to touch rather, puts in up and under onto the middle space. Altaf is underneath it. Good rushing defense from the Dons. Trinity now looking to run. Anuhas Koditoako puts the ball to boot into empty space. Here's Raizan in the chase, and that's a good kick for territory from Anuhas Koditoako, bringing play back to the opposition half and making sure that his forwards have some breathing space.
Yes, again, an unforced error by DS Senanayake this time. Umagilia not finding touch from that penalty. Those are the kind of mistakes DS Senanayake will want to avoid, because I think it's to their advantage, isn't it, for them to go from set piece to set piece rather than making this game a bit too open. It's pretty obvious where their strength lies vis-a-vis this Trinity outfit. So just they need to be much more accurate when they do get penalties, make sure they put it into touch, go out for line-out time, try and get the driving maul in place and just wear out this Trinity outfit as much as possible. Trinity on their part, Sudarshan, even that last line-out, although they won it, the driving maul just seemed to be a bit of an afterthought, isn't it? There was no conviction in that. There was no cohesion in what they were trying to do. So the line-out is causing them a few problems. It's something I'm sure they will look to sort out as soon as possible as this game progresses.
Yes, these are things that you practice and rehearse time after time after time. Here's DS Senanayake College with the Taj, Vijay Ratna with a good carry for the Dons. A strong ball carrier, Vijay Ratna. Has the speed as well and knows his way to the try line. Will be a person of interest for Trinity. Umagiliage yet again putting the ball to boot. This time Shan Altaf safe underneath. Returns the favor and finds Umagiliage straight away. Hulangamur on the charge, but Umagiliage this time puts the ball to boot inside the 22 meters. Is Shan Altaf brings the ball out. Puts it high up. Raizan started behind Altaf, so has the right to the ball. And DS Senanayake College losing it forward.
You're going offside.
And DS penalized. Trinity looking to take it quickly. Vijay Koni is eager, but rest of them just says take a breather. Let's catch our breath and let's get Anuhas to earn us a couple of more meters.
So you could probably understand the discussion on the Trinity ranks. Are we to go for touch? Are we to try something else? With the line out just hasn't been going their way, but they've decided to put it into touch, and the skipper sends them into the 22. It's absolutely crucial for Trinity to get this line out right. And just want some form of an attack. And also in the line out, another problem Trinity is probably facing is lack of height, isn't it, Sudarshana, compared to DS Senanayake. Just seems to not have that specialist line out person whom the hooker can hit consistently.
Some dancing this time as well, but this time Trinity managing to get their communication right. Setting it up. Good pressure from DS Senanayake College, who managed to push Trinity back. Balls on the ground. So they will be looking to attack the fringes. Arya Vansa, the hooker,
On your feet, please.
taking it up for Trinity. Yes, Vijay Kohn to Altaf. Altaf gives it to Kodituaku. Big thump up by Omikalis on the prop forward for DS Senanayake College. And DS have now pounced on that ball by Timat Jitunla. And Mugilige kicks to get out of the red zone. Trinity through Hulangamo looking to run. Here's Altaf again. A little chip and a run. Underneath the ball was Sumagiliage, who puts the ball out on the full from inside the 22 meters. Absolutely no problem on the halfway mark. So funnily enough, every time Trinity is looking to kick, they keep finding Sumagiliage, Abdullah. That's to the brilliance of that TS skipper, who positions very well to the space that he anticipates where the kick will land at.
Yeah, that's right, and I think they're very tactfully keeping him at the back to receive the kick, similar to what Trinity is doing with keeping Altaf at the back of the back zone to collect those kicks. But another area of concern for Trinity is they seem to be losing the contact, isn't it, so far? DS Senanayake are drawing them into that physical battle. This time Trinity getting the line out ball clearly. If you're going out wide, and Kodituako going cross field again, not quite sure what the thinking was, but it's something which they have been doing throughout this game from that second receiver position. They've been trying to kick the ball up. This time it was a flat kick, not sure whether it was intended to be as such, but it's a tactic that has probably had mixed results for DS thus far. So you can have a look again once again.
Well, it seems like Trinity are not going to, or not looking to play the ball inside their own half, no matter where they get the ball inside their own half. Even if it's very close to the halfway mark, they're looking to make sure that they get out of their own territory and try and play as much rugby as they possibly can in the opposition half.
Time on.
7 points to nil, 23 minutes on the clock on our time. And reminding all of you that our clock is not the official clock, and the official clock is what matters, which is the referee's clock. Early showers for Pathum Piris, the DS loose head, who's forced to limp off the field. He won't be a happy man. He would have wanted to continue play. In comes Chenit Valigama. Here's Sumagiliage yet again, going to his boot and putting great height on that this time around. Penalty in favor of the Trinitians. I think the timing wasn't great. Ulangamua collected the ball and he was on his way down. So it was important that the oncoming defender from DS, Malit Samarakon, I think. Take a look at this. Setting it up, Umagiliage very nicely in the pocket with the angle. Wanted to put the ball high up in the air. He did just that. And for Trinity, it was the fullback who was, I beg your pardon, Shan Altaf, who collected it. He was on his way down. And that tackle, while he tried to go as low as he possibly can, with Chand Altaf dipping down. Referee Achavar having a word now.
As well, I think that
well, to the letter of the law, That is a yellow card, but it's very, very unfortunate, isn't it, Abdullah? Because I do feel for the winger, Malit Samarakon. He did everything right. His body positioning and where he started off and where he finished the tackle was absolutely perfect, but too bad for him. Altaf was on his way down.
Yes, it probably could argue that there were probably mitigating circumstances as well, since Altaf was on his way down, but referee Atawara has made that decision. So now it's important that Trinity try and capitalize on this. They'll probably have this advantage right up to half time. So it's important that they get some form of points on the board during this period.
We're all waiting for the oval-shaped ball to make an appearance. There you go, finally. Something coming up. Referees will do the necessary checks. They're satisfied with it. Again, going to number 4. Just managing to get a hand this time, Trinity, but not securing the ball. This is absolutely unforgivable from Trinity College. They've just secured 2 line-outs out of almost 8. And that's really struggling, really bothering them, because with a guy like Umagiliage who likes to kick the ball and who likes to go to touch.
Your entry was wrong. Side entry. Get back.
Yet again,
Side
penalty.
entry.
But what are you going to do? Are you going to go for the line out,
Side
which has
entry.
been really dysfunctional? Kodituaku deciding, no, I'm going to trust my forwards. I want them, I'm going to back them up. Want them to get their act together. Goes to touch on the 22-meter mark.
Yes, I don't think Trinity have any option, Sudarshan, because so far they just don't seem to have been inclined to use their backs either, isn't it? Whatever little bit of position they've had, they decided to kick it away. So not given the 3/4 an opportunity to run the ball either. So let's hope for their sake they managed to get some good clean ball here. Keep in mind that DS are down a player as well.
Here's Trinity with the backs, and that's a pass and that's a hand. Sean Altaf would regret. It was a pass to no man. Looked like Trinity were on song. But straight away, take a look at this. Sean Altaf to Usman. Came on the wraparound. I think Usman meant it for Anu Haskodituaku, who overshot. Altaf just putting his hand out. Is already a little low on confidence, Altaf. Will be a little bothered now. Fly-ups are very important pieces of the puzzle when it comes to rugby. For the Senanayake College, their skipper, who's wearing the number 12 jersey, has been the man who's done almost all the kicking so far, except for that one kick that was taken by their fly-up, Litum Veerasinghe. Okay, Numagiliage puts the ball to boot. This time doesn't get the angle. So it's a line out inside the 22 meters in favor of Trinity.
There's some good pressure applied by the Trinity defenders, forcing Umugile to rush that kick. And Trinity just cannot be wasteful with these opportunities that are coming their way. Again, shortening the line out.
Here's Arya Vansa. This time going to the front pale. Trinity managing to hold on to possession that time. Finally through a line out as they get their forwards in on the act. Have been turned over by the Dons. Doing beautifully well to pounce on that ball. Didn't have the numbers to support. Remember, it was a short man line out, and Trinity didn't have their forwards to try and support the ball carriers. Umagiliage yet again puts the ball to boot, and the line out, couple of meters away from the earliest spot.
charge करना calling in end.
So it's just going from line out to line out, isn't it, Sudarshan? And that isn't good for Trinity because it's an area of the game where just hasn't been functioning well for them. Here is another one. Again, overshoots, but Trinity managed to retain possession.
Yes, Trinity. Altaf to Usman. Usman gives it to his flank. Good carry by Holangamo. Still on the move. Trinity inside the 22 meters now. Keep an eye out for the young flyer, Altaf, who be interested with a drop goal, and he drops it like a hot bar of soap. Sean Altaf really struggling for confidence. Magiliage with the ball to boot. Hulangamur at the back loses the ball back.
Right, so we have intrigue, there's no offside.
The Trinity line reportedly have been found offside, so referee Atavara calls play back for the penalty. Here's Sumagiliage. Yet again with a brilliant touch finder to the corner. So while the Dons have been reduced to 14 men, no harm has been done to the scoreboard. 7 points, with how this has panned out, and as we inch closer to the final 5 minutes of this first half. DS, lovely bit of work in the line out. Nothing too complicated, sets it up beautifully. Trinity defense in tatters. DS on the march. Here's the driving maul, Tiven Pereira. Look, just walking in and will score the second try for DS Senanayake College. Absolutely wonderful stuff. Beg your pardon, doesn't look like that's Tivain. 12 points nil. DS Senanayake in the lead. Take a look at this. That was the lock number 4 for DS Senanayake College. Lankesh Wickramasinghe, who was at the back of the mall, just had to walk in. No problem at all. Trinity Mall defense was in tatters. That time it was nothing complicated by the Dons. Throw to number 2, set it up, drive it forward.
Yeah, brilliant by DS. Down a player as well. That's just going to give them so much confidence. Trinity just will have to really look hard at themselves. They've spent the last 10 minutes or so in DS Senanayake's half, had a one-man advantage and have nothing to show for that as well. Conversion by Janindu Vijay Ratna, which is successful. And DS Senanayake, with a couple of minutes to go to half-time, are sitting pretty, 14 points to nil.
Really showcases what has happened so far this first half, isn't it, Abdullah? DS Senanayake College have playing with conviction, especially when it comes to the line out. They haven't tried to overcomplicate it. They haven't played any ball inside their 40. They've opted to go to the boot. They've opted to go to the space behind. For Trinity, the line out has been a nightmare, while their fly off, Sean Altaf, has really struggled for confidence. As Magiliage yet again puts the ball to boot.
I think Trinity just need to try and change tactics a bit, Sudarshan. If they do get a penalty, they've just got to take a punt and take a quick tap and try something different. Going from set piece to set piece just hasn't worked out for them so far. They've got to try and do something a bit different, move this big DS Senanayake forwards from end to end, because if they're intent on going from set piece, from line out to line out, that just suits DS Senanayake perfectly.
Yet again, to number 6, this time successful. Trinity managing to go forward, but brilliant mall defense by DS Senanayake College. The hooker breaks away and gets it out. Here's the Senanayake. Forward pass from the Senanayake due to the pressure coming in from the DS defender. And that's half time. As the referee Adamara says, that's time for lemons. DS will be a very happy bunch at lemons, whereas Trinity will have to take a long, hard look at what their tactics are going to be. Halftime confirmation, 14 points to 0 in favor of the host team, DS Senanayake College, who are delivering from all fronts here at Havelock Park.
Catch the excitement real time. Be up to date with it all. Let us capture your milestones. Get it sizzling hot off the turf. Hear the experts break it down. Dig deep into the nitty-gritties. Be inspired by their greatness. Relive all the scintillating action.
Welcome back to the live action brought to you on Sri Lanka's #1 sports channel, ThePapare, from Havelock Park, and we have an incredible game here at the Park Club. First half has completely belonged to the host team, the Dons, or the Senanayake College in their blue, black, gold and black. Managed to make sure that they go in as the firm favorites in the game. First Amana Bank try was through their skipper Umagiliage, who put the ball up high, a little show and go, but touchdown right in the middle of the post. Vijay Ratna converted it for good measure. The second Amana Bank try coming through the hard work on the bulky forward spec from DS. Lankesh Wickramasinghe benefiting from the good work of the tight 8, managing to score that and touch it down. 2 Amana Bag tries so far this game, and hopefully we'll be able to witness plenty more in the coming 35 minutes. Abdullah, it has been an interesting game so far. Trinity College, of course, guilty of a lot of unforced errors and mismatches. Tried to kick a little way too much to my liking, to be honest. DS, on the other hand, their kicking was absolutely spot on.
Yeah, that's right. And from Trinity's point of view, where it all tended to go wrong was that line-out time, isn't it, Sudarshan? They did not win sufficient ball. It was not clean ball. There were overthrows, crooked throws. And even when they decided to do a driving maul, it was more like an afterthought than with any conviction. So I'm sure it's something that their coach, Fazil Marja, and forwards coach, Viraj Prashanta, would have had a strong word with them. Probably they may need to look at trying and varying their tactics a bit as well. Try and up the pace of the game. Maybe if they get a penalty, take a quick tap. Just try and take this DS team by surprise. Because going from set piece to set piece just hasn't worked for the Trinitians so far.
DS Senanayake College now looking to kick off the proceedings. From right to the left of your screens. Underneath it is Aryavansa from Trinity. Aryavansa brings the ball forward. Good 5-meter carry by him. Ilanga Ratna, co-vice captain of Trinity College, has come onto the field. Here's Altaf putting the ball to boot again, and at the back collecting it cleanly was Rasindu Bandara. Rasindu's kick is fielded well by the oncoming Trinity ball carrier. Yet again Aryavansa with a good carry, places it and makes it available. Here's Altaf. Umagiliage right at the back, and this time Umagiliage, normally safe as houses, drops it forward. Not the ideal start. Rare mistake from the skipper. Apologizes straight away to the rest of the team. But Altaf will be pretty happy that his opposite number has been causing him a lot of trouble. Manages to trouble him early in this half.
Yes, well, an unforced error by the DS skipper, so a chance for Trinity to launch an attack. Just haven't seen the Trinity three-quarters being put through their motions so far. Just got to take a punt and just try and go out wide and test this DS defensive three-quarter line.
Here's Vijay at the back. Finds Altaf. A horror pass from Vijay to the bootlaces of young Altaf, who's already struggling for confidence. The Dons opting to slow it down. Amanabak tries score Lankesh. Wickramasinghe took it forward. Here's Magiliage. Puts the ball to boot and Raizan collects it. Raizan opting to kick and returns the favour inside the 22 now. Magiliage kicks it out. So good territorial gain for Trinity College that time. But yet again, it's a line out.
Yes, well, let's see whether Trinity have managed to sort whatever issues they had in that first half when it came to the line out here in the second half. Problem with Trinity do have that line out time is a distinct height disadvantage, isn't it, Sudarshana? It's unable to pick on one particular player. That's probably why they are forced to go for another shortened line out. Again, a lot of movement. Not cleanly collected, but from Trinity's point of view, they managed to retain possession, which is to their advantage.
Fernando was the man who managed to pounce on that ball. Here's Altaf to Usman. Good run from here's Anuhas Kodituaku. Trinity skipper, just like the Don skipper, scores the first Amanabak try for Trinity College. What a start for Trinity. Couldn't have asked for a better one. All they had to do was get their backs the ball Abdullah, and things happen for Trinity.
Well, we were calling for it, wasn't it, Sudarshana? For some reason, they were very conservative in their approach in that first half. But on this occasion, few wraparound moves, and the Senanayake defense was in 6s and 7s. And Kodituaku going over for Trinity's first score. Really definitely needed that, isn't it, Sudarshana? Because if DS Senanayake had managed to get some form of points at the very beginning, it would have been an uphill task. But with that try, Trinity are very much back in the game.
It'll be interesting to see if we can take a look at another replay, because it was, I believe, the flanker Kumara Singh who was absolutely instrumental in making sure that Anu has got that space to run. Hulangamur lining it up this time of the right post. So 5 points to 14. 9-point deficit here at Havelock Park in favor of the host team. I believe that's going to be a kick retake. No charging will be allowed, because you've got to wait until the kicker takes a motion towards the kick. So Hulangamur pretty much getting a free run now. Take a look at this. He was already off the mark. So Hulangamur with another opportunity to add 2 points. DS cannot charge this because they've overshot the mark.
As well, I don't think DS have any Cheslin Corbys in their ranks to charge down the kick, so
Don't charge, don't charge.
the referee managed to identify that early chaser pretty early. And Trinity with another opportunity to further narrow this lead.
This time around, Hulangamur, this time, earlier it was of the right post. This time it was across the post, going away from the left. So no change to the score, 5 points to 14. Take a look at this. Well, that looks fine to me. No problem there though for Senanayake. There is no difference in the scores as Colombo was not second time lucky. Restart by DS. Good high hanging kick by Pereira. Good collection by Trinity. Vijay digging for it. Altaf puts ball to boot. Magiliage is underneath it this time. No problem. Puts the ball high up in the air.
Backwards, backwards.
Here's Watagoda, who's just come onto the field. Still on his feet. Takes about 3 men to bring him down. Trinity now looking to run. Kodituaku on the outside. Offloads the ball. Trinity need to build up the faces, which they haven't been able to do in the first half. That pass was one too many. But luckily for Trinity, they hold on to it. Here's Senanayake, loses his footing in this wet and difficult outfield, and a lovely work by Tatira Pereira from Senanayake College, who was the jackler there. He spotted that the ball carrier Senanayake was isolated, bounced on the ball, and just brilliant stuff. Umagiliage.
Yes, some really good work by the Senanayake outside center, but nonetheless that was much better by Trinity's Sudarshana. They're showing much more enterprise in the second half, trying to spread the ball out wide, and I think if they are more consistently able to do that, they should be able to reap the rewards. It's a marked contrast to what we saw, the way they approached it in the first half.
Pressure on DS and Ravini Langaratne managing to
In the line out.
catch the ball, but referee Yatavara says the rest of them were 10 meters. When the line out is from the rest of the players who are not part of the line out, needs to be 10 meters. And Umagilage yet again opting to go to the corner, and no prizes for guessing what DS will look to do from here, because they've been very, very, very successful with their driving maul. Just 5 meters outside the line. Praveen Lakmal, all he needs to do is hit the mark. Setting it up.
No.
And just walking towards the line is going to be a piece of cake. Goes to number 2. DS. Trinity managing to put them under pressure. Ball is on the floor now.
Get back.
DS opting to attack the fingers. Peeled away by Trinity. Offside, says a referee at over. So yet again a penalty this time. TS will again up to go to touch. Now take a look at this. Defender offside was the call by the referee. Yet again, number 2. Trinity opting to not contest and defend the maul. Managed to keep the breakaway faction from the maul. Penalty in favor of Trinity College that time, because they've taken one too many movements towards the line. DS. Trinity will be breathing a massive sigh of relief. Take a look at this. Knees on the floor. 1, 2, 3. That's why they are being penalized. And Anuas Kodituaku not finding touch. Amagilege puts the ball high up. Trinity looking around.
10-meter circle.
not knowing what to do. Here's Vijay Kohn, wants to make sure that he sparks something up, takes it quickly. Now space and numbers for Trinity on the outside. Here's the winger, Raizan, cuts back inside, loses his footing. Nobody to secure that ball. Finally, the server arrives for Trinity. No look pass and Trinity losing the ball forward. Just have to do the basics, Trinity College, because when they are building up the faces, they look like a very dangerous outfit. Nobody at the back, acres of space. Here's Vijay Ratna charging onto the ball, but just managing to collect it outside the line to the relief of a lot of Trinitians here at Havelock Park, because Vijay Ratna, mind you, is a very dangerous runner.
Yes, again another unforced error by the Trinitians, but nonetheless I think, Sudarshana, that's the way they've got to approach this second half. A quick tap taken from that penalty, they ran it, caught the DS defense napping a bit, but unfortunately the final pass not hitting its mark.
Here's a four-man line out and going to number 6, and just absolutely terrible from Trinity College when it comes to line out time. However, I have managed to tackle that ball. Putting ball to boot to Magiliage on the charge, and last week we saw the bounce favoring the Trinitians, and not to be this time. DS did the cardinal error of letting the rugby ball bounce, because when this rugby ball bounces, you cannot really forecast which way it will bounce. Referee Atavara now playing advantage in favor of the Dons for a high shot, so it will be a penalty in favor of the DS lads as we close in on the 50-minute mark on the clock.
There has been a quite unusually high level of kicking in this game, isn't it, Sudarshan? Very unusual for schools rugby. Most teams like to keep possession and run the ball, but both teams playing the territorial game rather than just keeping the ball in play and asking questions of each other's defensive lines. Magalia finds touch despite Shan Altaf's best efforts to keep the ball in play. Do realize that Trinity have made a few unforced errors, but I like the way they have approached this second half. They have realized they just cannot afford to just let the game meander along.
Absolutely, Abdul, especially when your opposition is in front of you 14 points in L. How much of possession can you kick away? Better mold defense by Trinity, but DS managing to hold on this time. Ball is down, loses it forward, loses control of the ball. It's a good pressure put in by the Trinity defensive work. Scrum in favor of Trinity. 14 points to 5, still a very comfortable lead for the Dons as we close in on the 50-minute mark.
Coach! Bye! Set!
Vijay Kohn delaying the put in until he gets the word from referee Atavara. Update from the other games. St. Thomas is in the lead, 17 points to 12 ahead of the Antonians. 51 points to 3 for Wesley College against Thurston. Yet again having a difficult time against this A division sides. Here's Trinity looking to run from their own 22. Ulangamua shows and goes, still on the move. Trinity have recognized that the Airs are sitting back and waiting for them to kick and are looking to run. Referee playing advantage. Here's Altaf with a cross-field kick. Why did you take that option? Absolutely no idea. Yes, your penalty advantage was coming, but keep trying to attack your opposition when you're on the front foot is something that these young players need to understand.
Yes, and he did have numbers out wide as well, isn't it? The DS Senanayake out wide, they didn't seem to have the same numbers that Trinity had. But Trinity, this is the way they need to approach this game. Just try and up the ante as much as possible.
I think some of the Trinity leaders need to try and speak to this young man, Altaf, in that number 10 position. You know, he can be absolutely brilliant at times, but today hasn't been his day, so he needs a little shaking up. Yet again, going to the number 6. Good collection. Here's Altaf to Usman. Beautiful ball to Tisanga Disanayake. Trinity with quick ball out to the corner. Not a good pass, but well collected by Trinity College. Altaf to a replacement. Who's coming? Tisanga Disanayake drops the ball. It's difficult conditions, yes, but Trinity not helping themselves.
Yes, well, I didn't think that big burly number 8 needed to pass because he had a lot of momentum. He's been their most strongest ball carrier in this game. Probably if he had straightened out and just took the DS Senanayake defense, he would have been able to just brush aside those couple of defenders that were in his way, but decided to look for the pass and unfortunately dropped the ball in the position.
This one's going to be interesting. Deep in their own halves, Chamit Somarasinghe will be looking to find Umagiliage, and that will be known by the Trinity flankers as well, who look to try and charge on to him. Pressure on Somarasinghe, and that's going to be a try. Amana back, poacher's try that time. But Raisan, like I told you, it was known that Umagiliage was going to be the receiver on the short side. Vijay Kohn doing brilliant work for Trinity College, putting pressure on Chamit Somarasinghe, whose pass was a little wayward. Umagiliage couldn't collect it cleanly. And Murad Raizan, take a look at this. This is where the pass is a little wonky, doesn't collect it cleanly, tries to kick it. Raizan says, thank you very much. Amana Bank, second try for Trinity, and the score now at 10 points to 14 with the conversion to come.
Yes, Umagiliage, who has been so solid for DS Senanayake with the boot on that occasion, just losing a bit of composure. Was not the best of passers, but he would have done well to just hold on to position and just place the ball on the ground, give away a 5-meter scrum instead of a try. That is like what has happened now. So kicking duties have gone back to Sean Altaf. Again, not finding the mark. So scores will remain 14 points to 10, but Trinity pretty much back in this game, Sudarshan, and definitely will feel much better. And I think one reason you can attribute it is the fact they have realized that they've got to play the game with a bit more width, isn't it?
Absolutely, you're spot on there. The second half, the Trinitians have opted to run the ball, and that have gotten them a lot of benefit rather than kicking position away when you have numbers on the open side. 10 points to nil in this second half in favor of Trinity, and Rugby is absolutely a game of momentum. And if the visitors need to get a favorable result from this, they need to keep doing. Pereira's high kick to Aryavansa. Here's Tisanga Disanayake, big carry by the lad. Good support by Wataguda. Wataguda with the carry. Brings play on just outside the 22 meters, but loses the ball forward. Would have been a dream try for that young lad, Wataguda, who was looking for support. Take a look at the body language of the Senanayakians. Now they are feeling the pinch. Nothing's going their way. So Trinity need to latch on to that to make sure that they capitalize on this. Put pressure. You already know the opposition skipper is under some pressure. Trinity fans finding their voice, getting behind the team. DS on the other hand doesn't need to panic. They're still 4 points in front of their visitors here at Havelock Park. Vijay Kohn getting in the ear of the opposition halfback and tells him, remember what I did last time, I'm going to do it again. But Tiven Pereira says, no way. And I am going to take that. It's a good penalty to win for the Senanayake College. And Tiven Pereira with some good work, as all good traditional number 8s do. Manages to make sure that he capitalizes and bring his team to the front.
So as you very correctly said, Sudarshana, the Trinity crowd have definitely found their voice. DS now are the ones under a lot of pressure, and the line out is not going their way as well. There's been a knock on this time by the DS at line out time, probably their first error. So DS Senanayake are feeling the heat, and so far just haven't been able to cope with it as well as they would like.
Absolutely, it's close to the 60-minute 1 hour mark. Scrum in favor of Trinity. Rise on the short side for Trinity College, who scored the second Amana back try for Trinity. Yes, Vijay Kohn at the back. Pressure from the Dons. As the Trinity forwards, the front row from Trinity, guilty of standing up. There was a lot of pressure coming in from the Dons, and Trinity succumbing to it. And DS will opt to go for the 3 points, and the tall lad Vijay Ratna, who has plenty of legs, distance will definitely not be a problem. It's the direction that will be the cause of concern for everybody at DS and Senanayake, because this lad can kick the ball far, and when I say far, he can kick it from their own 60.
But I would call this a moral victory for Trinity, Sudarshana. DS Senanayake would have normal circumstances just gone to touch, but the way this game has panned out in the last 15 minutes or so, decided to take the points that are on offer.
Not successful, like I said, had the distance, but definitely not the direction. So that will be a 22-meter dropout in favor of the visitors, who need to now focus and make sure that they win the ball from here. DS, on the other hand, need to keep their composure. Remember, you're still ahead. You are dictating terms, as Anuhas Kodituakku puts the ball to boot. Finds Umagiliage. Umagiliage losing his footing. Not a very assured kick. And Shan Altaf trying to do a little bit of football, and that's going to be a 50-22.
Well, the young lad who was outstanding up in Pallakele last week is having a really tough time today at Havelock Park. Just hasn't been his day. DS Senanayake with another opportunity now to apply a bit of pressure. A bit casual by Shan Altaf.
Yes, with the line out, they set up a more on the charge. Is Number 3, Omika Lison at the back. Referee playing advantage in favor of the Senanayake College, as the Trinitians have been guilty of not joining from the back.
Use the ball! Use the ball!
Lison.
Use the ball!
Another penalty for the Dons.
Number 5 side.
Referee says no advantage, so coming in from the side was the Trinity number 5, Fernando. Guilty of entering the mall from the side. Umagiliage having a word with his halfback. Yet again will opt to go to touch. Trinity need to get their mall defense right, because a similar team in almost a similar jersey. This is black gold black, but blue gold blue will be having their ears pricked at how Trinity have been unable to defend this mall from the Dons. Onus now though on Praveen Lakmal of DS on finding their jumper, because all DS has to do is find the jumper at the correct position as fresh legs come on to the park. Navida Hettiarachi comes in to bring in that extra fresh leg and extra muscle. Joined by Sahas Balasuriya in the number 21 jersey and the Sun scrum cap. So fresh legs on the park for DS. Final 10 minutes of the game here at Havelock Park. DS going to number 2. Ball comes out. Here's Umagiliage trying to run. Support coming in from the forwards as he ran into heavy traffic.
On your feet, please.
Trinity need to be disciplined around the fringers to stop the attack.
Number 6. Advantage block.
Penalty in favor of the Senanayake College, as Trinity have been found guilty of a high shot.
Again advantage. Block. Release! Release!
DS forwards laboring away. Referee will now stop play, as there is no advantage for Trinity from there.
Number 6 and number 7. Block tackle.
You'd have to say that Trinity are treading on thin ice, isn't it, Sudarshana? Because repeated infringements. An interesting call. They've gone for a scrum. Very interesting. Thought the line out would have been a better option. Interesting to see what kind of tactic or play they will employ from this scrum.
Keep an eye out for Tiven Pereira in the number 8 jersey for DS Senanayake College. And also 8 and 9, 14 move with Vijay Ratna lurking in the short side of the field, although he's not visible to our viewers on screen. Yes, Pereira going on the open side. Vijay Ratna still lurking on the shorter side of the field. New man on the field, Sahas Balasuriya tucks it in for DS. DS looking for that supporting player in the truck and trailer. Yet again an advantage in favor of DS. Trinity might see a player sent to the bin here. Tiven Pereira with the ball, but has been stopped by the Trinity defense. No advantage, says referee Atobara. Luckily for Trinity, still doesn't reach to the pocket. Yet again, DS opting to go for a scrum.
It's a pretty puzzling these tactics by DS Senanayake. Just 5 minutes to go to full time. If they do take a penalty, they'll ensure that Trinity will need to score twice. They've opted for a scrum, probably looking to run the clock down. But just this pressure employed by the DS Senanayake 8 has been very difficult for the Trinitians to cope with throughout this game.
Set.
They were the Dons. With the big 8, Pereira charging towards the line. Just a feed shot. Loses the ball forward. And all that trouble for nothing finally for DS Senanayake College. They will really wonder whether their tactics were right. Like you mentioned, Abdullah, 3 points from there would have made Trinity wanting to go for 2 scores. But if Trinity can score a try from here on, they'll win the game 15 points to 14. So you really question the thinking and the tactics from the Dons as we close in on the final 4 minutes of the play according to our clock. But yet again, reminder to all of you that it's the referee's clock that matter. The scrum looks a little messy. Ball at the back for Trinity. Big long cutout pass for Trinity College, who's looking to take the direct route. They are not going to be kicking this. Disanayake to his fellow forward, turned around by the Dons. The scrum of Chamit Samarasinghe tucking it in, so the forwards will have to do some work until the halfback comes in. Nervy moments for everybody here. Can the Dons seal this game? Finish it off with a try. 19 points to 10 is going to be a difficult mark to catch up to for Trinity. Big carry by Lisson. Penalized, and Trinity opting to take it quickly. Here's Vijay Kohn. Trinity on the run. Needs support, still on their feet. Big basketball pass, Raisan with a kick and chase inside the 22 meters. In goal, and has that been a Magna Bank try? We will have to wait and see what the referees chat. Defining moment of the game. What has happened here? Is the replay? The kick through from Raizan. Held strong. Pereira losing the ball, but that grounding has no problem from Uzman. It's the early infringement that will be checked by the referee. It's a lost forward by, I believe, Raizan, who was diving for the ball. So DVS will be breathing a big, massive sigh of relief. But Vijay Kohn, like Abdullah, has been wanting from the beginning of the game, taking the initiative, taking it quickly, catching the DS team napping, and managing to get that counter on song. Trinity forwards will have to put in a massive scrum here to put pressure on DS, because you know already the ball will most probably be going to Magiliage. New man in the halfback position, Vikramasinghe. Magiliage under pressure, kicks the ball out. That's a 5-meter line out in favor of Trinity. Scrum.
He kicked it into the touch on the in goal, isn't it, Sudarshana? So it'll be a 5-meter scrum. You could see the decision making of DS Senanayake has really let them down. In this last 10 minutes or so, there have been some really puzzling decisions, you'd have to say. And it's the very reason that they find themselves in this situation. Trinity just cannot afford to let this opportunity go.
Senanayake, the man who's carried the ball so very well for Trinity, will be reaching out for it. Here's Senanayake. Stopped a feet away. Trinity forwards will have to support each other and hit the fringes. Going on the short side now. Trinity opting to keep it close. Still short, says the referee. Lost forward is the call from referee Atavara. And the time is slowly but surely going down. Trinity forwards making hash of it as they did seem like they were going all the time. Full time in the Joseph and Zahira games, and Joseph winning the game 26 points 22 against Zahira. Here's another very important scrum. Could be the last play of the game. Sahasbu Al-Surya under pressure. Here's Gumagiliage, kicks the ball out. Line out inside the 22 meters. Trinity with another chance. Will the line out woes come back to bite Trinity here in this almost final move of the game? We'll have to wait and see. Or will Senanayake College manage to salvage a historical win here at Havelock Park? Front peel by Trinity. Here's Aryavansa. Lays it back beautifully. Fernando. Senanayake with the carry. Ball juts out. And that is full time here at Havelock Park. Absolutely brilliant scenes as Senanayake have won this game, a historical win for the Dons. 10 points to 0 in the second half for the Dons, for Trinity rather, but those 14 points they scored in the first half, taking them home and making sure they're victorious here at Havelock Park. 2 out of 2 for the Dons, and they are a team to watch out for in this Dialog Schools Rugby League. Absolutely brilliant stuff.
Yeah, well, they definitely did make it hard for themselves in those final few minutes, isn't it, Sudarshana? But as you said, a historical win for Senanayake.
Well, I think we really need to decide on the player of the match. Abdullah, and there's one guy who's really put his hand up. Honorable mention though to Trinity's halfback Vijay Kohn, who tried his level best to spark things up for Trinity. But I think the man on the screen, the number 8 for Senanayake College, is going to be my nominee for the player of the match.
Yes, he did have a big game. Big ball carrier from the back of the scrum. His work rate all around the park was really outstanding as well. But what a moment for Senanayake. You thought that they were going to make things very hard for themselves. Trinity did have their opportunities in the second half, but just could not put the finishing touches on many a move, and as a result have suffered a defeat in their second game of this Dialog Schools Rugby League. What a moment for Senanayake.
So Trinity's second key stats of the game. Senanayake College 14 points to 10, winning against Trinity. Historical win for them. 2 tries, both converted. Trinity failing with both their conversions. Had to be satisfied with 10 points. Player of the match, Tiven Pereira of Senanayake College, who was in the number 8 jersey, turned out to be be an absolute asset for the Dons.